It's dark. The witch could be hiding in here. Don't do this. I'm sorry if I have sinned. I didn't mean to, please. Mother has dozens of the same in her room. Each has an engraved... Mother has dozens... My old nightstand. There's a matchbox. I can now try to light up the room. Mother!
For God's sake, you'll get seated in that place.
I'm still waiting to hear the prayers.
You put him there?
It's his...
He was good all day.
And he talked to a...
When did this happen?
Of course you didn't. I should lock you all downstairs. You all need to learn.
Help! Mother! Help me! You silly. What are you doing? It's me. I'm sorry. I thought you were that witch. Why are you here? I heard Father talking to himself before going to get you in your room. But why? You know, because I've promised I wouldn't let you be alone. You never break a promise. I can't. Me neither. She looks so different. The curse. Don't be ridiculous. I hope. You're wrong. About the witch that cursed. He's just trying to scare. And today you did wrong. What did I do? You talked to that tall boy. Don't you remember? I thought that meant we must avoid adults. How am I supposed to make friends then? Mother said we have each other and God.
Mirand was once such a beautiful woman, but her fate was nothing more than... Evil is everywhere, my dear children. It is hiding...
Father!
You should look up to your sister. Unlike you, she values...
It's my fault he went to talk to that boy. I ignored him because... Ah!
You must learn to be alone with... You must...
I often think about that peculiar day. I need my... Ah, here they are. Fallen to the floor, but still intact. Thinking of the dream I had, I don't remember going to sleep at all. We came in, Victoria and Nikolai went upstairs to prepare for the castle. I have to talk to Victoria. A cold black fire, the same feeling. Is this meant to represent a basin? It's locked. Victoria or Nikolai. I checked it last night. It's you. This woman eerily reminds me of... Nikolai?
Yes, Benedict?
Where's Victoria?
I don't know.
Do you have the key to the house? The door appears to be locked.
I don't know where the key is.
Do you have the slightest idea why Victoria rented this dreary...
I don't even know how she found...
Looks like the owner is some kind of artist.
I agree. I've never seen so many...
That's a strange painting.
It is.
Why?
Please, do as I...
Mean eyes at the edge of a wicked... A snake-like mouth implies... That is not a mere shadow. That is not a mere shadow. It's a... I've taken a close...
You don't.
I've never seen...
And
Why would any...
last night, after your sister and I came upstairs, I wonder... Yet...
You haven't answered.
I don't know yet.
Just the three of us.
But once the train left Budapest, wasn't there a man who came in?
By placing the sign, "Do Not Disturb" on our doorknob, I made sure this wouldn't happen. The only time that door opened was when the conductor peered in to tell us we have arrived at our destination.
And when we left the train station, no one was following us? Didn't Victoria notice him?
Notice whom? Your dear wife was over the moon to have finally arrived at Kotar. She couldn't stop talking about the place, but said nothing about anyone following us.
Right. And on our way to the house, we stopped at the square. There was a strange ritual taking place, with a gigantic effigy. What was it like?
And what about the mass of hooded people that gathered there? It was a dreadful scene.
I remember the goosebumps when hearing the crowd pray as one voice, though.
Let me tell you what happened after that. We found the path which led us to this house. What happened when Victoria knocked?
Well, we realized the door was actually ajar.
And the owner wasn't here. Just silence. Dead awful silence. It gave me chills. Once we entered the house, what did you and your wife do?
I said it before. We went upstairs to prepare for the castle exhibition.
Leaving me to wander alone downstairs in complete darkness. You found nothing odd about the house being empty? And unlocked?
I did, but Victoria said it's nothing to worry about. So I just followed her.
We never went to the castle?
You don't remember?
The last thing I remember is searching for a light. And then nothing.
What do you mean?
I mean, everything after was only a dream, but I don't even remember going to sleep. Victoria dragged me into this town to make me attend that piddling exhibition in the castle. We never went there, did we? Which means I left the monastery only to spend a horrible night in this house.
We both fell into an inexplicable void. Something is terribly wrong here.
Tell me what happened last night. What's wrong with this painting? And where's Victoria?
I'm afraid I don't have the answers. What happened is that while I was waiting for her to get ready, my attention was drawn by this painting. Next moment, I was seeing myself relive yesterday's events, with one difference. The man in the painting was there the whole time.
The whole time?
He was in our cabin, and he was that gigantic effigy the inhabitants set on fire. Shortly afterwards, he emerged from the crowd in human form again, unchanged, and then led us towards the house. Once we got here, he jumped on my back and asked me to carry him upstairs. I was happy. I felt like a father carrying his own child.
Carrying this being on your back must have some weird symbolic meaning.
He was holding so tightly that I could feel his long and sharp fingernails penetrate my throat. After we finally got upstairs, I was so upset and in pain that I had to throw him off. I quickly turned around to reprimand him and instead saw a human-sized crow with no eyes and a blood-stained beak. It croaked at me and then soared inside the painting. I wanted to run off, but couldn't. I was in shock, too terrified. That was the moment I woke on the bed, fully dressed and disoriented. Victoria wasn't here.
We should leave this accursed house at once.
After I woke, I noticed Victoria didn't even sleep on this bed. So I went downstairs to check if she was there, perhaps. I found only you, still asleep on the couch, and the door locked. That's when I started to think.
We have to force our way out of here because we don't have the key.
We are guests in this house, and needless to say, men of God. We must leave without doing any damage. I've already searched this floor for a key, and tried to open the balcony door, but it's locked or stuck in some way.
What about the windows?
Strangely enough, or maybe for a good reason, they are made in a way that prevents them from being opened. Stay here, and give it a second look. Whatever you can find that could help us. I'm going downstairs to check. Force should be our last resort to leave. Or maybe we get...
Let's hurry up then.
Just don't look at the man in the painting.